say oil with healing powers is oozing from a painting of the Virgin Mary in Brooklyn. We'll have a live report when we come back.
But the oil has been flowing here since Saturday night in the home of Rajid and Sohair Boutros. And these followers who have gathered in prayer say it's a miracle. Prayers and chants for the faithful in front of an icon of the Virgin Mary. The frame and glass are stained by oil, and there's a residue on the walls. About 1.5 gallons in the past 48 hours. And these believers say it's all coming from the icon. How do you explain it?
I explain it. You have to believe it to explain what you see. It's a miracle.
I think nobody can explain. This is a miracle. All reporters being skeptics, we asked to check out the walls and pipes surrounding the icon.
This is a solid wall. We made this ourselves, as a matter of fact. There was nothing behind here. There was nothing, absolutely nothing behind
Well, look, what about this pipe over here?
This pipe is basically just a heater.
Now, this is just some of the oil the Boutros family says has dripped from this icon since Saturday night. I can't discern any distinguishable scent to it. It doesn't smell like cooking oil. It doesn't smell like heating oil. I have no idea what it is. And the believers are coming in droves. They come on crutches, and they come with children. They dip cotton in the so-called holy oil, which they claim has healing power.
If you put the holy oil on your head, on your throat, and on both of your hands, or on a place you're sick, you can get healed immediately if you have the real faith in you.
These people are members of the Coptic Orthodox Church of Egypt, a small religious sect they say has been persecuted through the ages. And they see this miracle as a message from God that they're being looked after.
It's uncommon here in America, but back in Egypt it's very common. This happens all the time.
It's so common that that Malik Boutros told me that if this had happened tonight in Egypt, chances are we wouldn't be here, nor would any other TV crew or reporters. But this is not Egypt, it's Brooklyn. And we're live at the site of what followers are saying is nothing short of a miracle. Incidentally, in the 2 hours since we've been here, I can't explain it, but there does appear to be more of an oily residue on the glass of this frame. Reporting live from Brooklyn, I'm Marvin Scott.
I do believe it's a miracle. I do believe it's a miracle.
It's the home of the Boutros family. What they have is a picture of the Virgin Mary, which they claim has been dripping holy oil.
In fact, in the picture, she comes down.
Rashadi Boutros says the dripping began Saturday night, continued for a time yesterday. They placed a pan below the picture to collect the oil.
It was dripping from the hands of St. Mary on the picture, from the glass onto the floor. And we saw on the frame, in the bottom of the frame, dripping oil a lot.
This is just a portion of the oil which the people here say has been collected since Saturday night. They say, in fact, there's been 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons that's been collected, an oil which seems to have no odor at all. We are shown the sealed back of the picture and the back of the wall it hangs upon. The Boutroses are Coptic Orthodox, a Middle Eastern Christian sect whose priest inspected the oil over the weekend. A church spokesman says he declared it authentic. The people who flocked here tonight take home cotton swabs of the oil, saying such phenomena has happened before in Egypt where they were persecuted.
It's a miracle from St. Mary. I mean, it can't be explained by any nature or any natural phenomena.
The people here are believers, saying it's Mary telling them, I'm here, I'm with you, while skeptics want the oil analyzed. In Brooklyn,
The oozing oil is a sign from God.
Like a fountain of water coming down. Like somebody flipping a bucket of water and just putting it down. I look and I see all oil coming down from the frame itself, all around the picture, and going on the floor, all over the wall. So I screamed. I started yelling and I'm telling my dad, come here, help. The oil's all over the place. And I was crying and I was shaking. My father was like, it's a miracle for Mary. We're all so happy.
While members of the small Coptic community continue to gather at the Boutros home to pray, the local priest says he will not investigate the oozing picture, leaving it.
But in an abstract sense, you might say we're at the intersection of faith and phenomena here. The portrait of the Virgin Mary behind me in this Coptic Orthodox Church of St. George here in Brooklyn had oil on it that dripped down and was collected since the weekend. The people here are not asking how such a thing occurs, but they believe they know why.
The icon was moved this morning to the only Coptic Orthodox church in Brooklyn from the Boutros family home on Parkville Avenue. Family members told us yesterday, you might recall, the icon began giving off oil on Saturday. They consider it a miracle. When we came by, we saw an oily film on the picture frame and glass and on the wall, and saw other members of the Coptic Orthodox Church praying and holding vigil. Father Mina Yani says now that the icon is in his church, he has notified the Coptic Pope in Egypt that something miraculous is happening here in the United States.
When we bringing the icon from the home to here, it gives many amounts of oil when we are moving it from home to here. How can I explain it? This is an miracle from the heaven.
Well, now people have been coming to the church to see the icon and the oil and carry away a piece of oil-soaked cotton. Members of other Christian faiths are among those making the trip. Most, but not all, are convinced it's a miracle.
It's a miracle.
You believe it?
I believe in that. I really do. I do. I see. You can see like oil is on the picture. You can see that it's
from Brooklyn. Yesterday, the icon was in a warm, incense-filled apartment with many people touching and stroking it, and there was, in fact, oil that seemed to come off of it and was collected in a pan below. Today, there is just a film that we see on the glass and no volume of oil collecting that we can make out. We have collected a sample of the oil from yesterday, and we're having it analyzed by a lab over in Queens, so we'll let you know when we get the results of that analysis. There could be physical explanation for this, but the people here believe what they see here is, on its face value, a miracle. One woman looked at the icon and said simply, you have to believe in something. We're live tonight in Brooklyn. Lou Young, News 4 New York.
Thank you, Lou.
Within the last hour, the House voted to hold hearings on the Whitewater affair. Also tonight, a former associate.
There we go.
Tragedy. Members of another church are celebrating what they say is a miracle. It comes in the form of a painting of the Virgin Mary. And tonight, a church bishop and an art expert came to Brooklyn to see this miraculous painting. A report from Lucy Yang.
Bishop Marcos from the Coptic Orthodox Church of Egypt flew in tonight to see for himself the icon of the Virgin Mary, which believers here claim is dripping oil. The bishop says that sightings are common in Egypt. Do you believe this particular one, is authentic?
Yes, of course. It's really miracle.
The so-called miracle began over the weekend when the owners of the metal picture claimed holy oil was pouring from the icon. On Sunday, enough oil to fill several cups. Today, more than half a gallon.
It comes really dripping down so much early in the morning and even at night.
Because of the growing popularity and publicity, the picture was transported today from the owner's home to the Coptic Orthodox Church of St. George, where the multitude could more easily approach the piece. This evening, we invited Robert Sawchuk with the National Gallery of Design in New York to inspect for himself. But because he was not allowed to handle the piece, he could make no conclusions about the claim.
Well, I can only comment on earthly phenomena, not celestial ones, so I don't really know what to say.
Despite his uncertainty and strong skepticism from many others, worshippers here hold fast to this being a miracle. And you believe what they claim?
I believe what they say because, this is, I'm a believer.
Whether this is faith or fanaticism, even these Coptic believers concede they have no idea how long it'll last. They can only hope that as they keep up their praises, their cup of blessings will continue to overflow. In Brooklyn, Lucy Yang, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.